Hello everyone, welcome to the e-bike journey YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning in today. We appreciate you. Today we're going to be diving into an unboxing and an in-depth review on the Swagtron EB5 Pro Plus foldable e-bike. Should you have any questions at any point throughout this video, I'm going to encourage you to drop a comment down below. I will do my best to assist you in the best possible direction. With that being said, let's dive straight on into this. So diving into the unboxing, let's take an up-close look at what's under the hood when we open the box. So opening the box on up, we are going to be greeted with the e-bike nice and folded as you see right here. It does have some protective covering such as foam and cardboard. So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and remove all of that. So the EB5 Pro Plus does come covered here as you see with some cardboard coverings to protect certain aspects of the bike, as well as some foam coverings and some zip ties. So when you get your EB5 Pro Plus, go ahead and take your time removing all of this. I would go ahead and be mindful of where I am snipping with the scissors just to be sure that I'm not causing any unnecessary scratches or cutting any cables along the way. Let's get into setting up the EB5 Pro Plus. Handlebars don't come equipped, I'm assuming for shipping purposes. We're going to get into that here shortly. So setting up the handlebars, I'm going to pull up the main handlebar right here and I'm going to lock the hinge in play. And then I'm going to turn that circle back, locking the hinge, and I'm going to lock this hinge right here as well. And this is going to be where the bike folds and where the battery goes in and out of. I'll show you that here shortly. Handlebars, placing them in there is also very simple and straightforward. As you see, just slide them in and then you just want to lock it to your liking. The EB5 Pro Plus does come with a charger and a battery, just to confirm. I will be making full in-depth reviews on how I went about customizing my EB5 Pro Plus, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for me. For now, let's get into the specs and performance of the EB5. The EB5 Pro Plus is a nice, powerful, compact bike. As you can see right here, my 9-year-old daughter is beginning to ride the bike. Taking a side look here at the EB5 Pro Plus, and keep in mind this is a foldable electric bike. The EB5 Pro Plus also features a removable battery and it also weighs in at about 38 pounds. I'm going to show you what mods I made to my EB5 as well as demonstrate folding up the e-bike and putting it in the back of a small sedan, so stick around for that. I personally think the EB5 is a beautiful looking bike, so we have a great foundation to build off of to customize to our liking. So let's take a closer look at the EB5 Pro Plus. The motor is 250 watts and it is located right here in the rear wheel. From my personal experience, this motor right here does pack a punch. What I also like about the EB5 is that we can ride it in one of three ways. We can choose to ride it classic, where we pedal like a standard bike. We can go ahead and throttle all the way through, where we're riding it like an electric scooter, or we can use pedal assist, where we pedal and the motor actually assists us as well along the way. So it depends on your preference. Whatever you're needing would probably determine what style you would be riding. Some good practical scenarios we would use these modes are if we are going to work and we want to exert minimal force so that way we get there clean and fresh. I would go ahead and use throttle all the way and ride it like a scooter. If we are going uphill, I would go ahead and have the EB5 on as well as pedaling, so that way the motor and pedal assist me up that hill. Or if I am wanting to do exercise, I would simply leave the EB5 off and pedal all the way through like a classic bike, carrying me and the weight of the EB5, which is about 37 pounds. So you can get an idea of the modes and applications from there. There's many variables to consider in terms of the results that you are going to get, but for me, I weigh in at about 160, 165, and on flat pavement, I've been able to achieve speeds up to about 18 to 21 miles per hour, and that's with me pedaling. Now, if I'm at a slight incline or going downhill, I can probably reach speeds up to 26, 27, give or take, somewhere in that ballpark. So I hope that that can help, but those are some of the results that I've achieved with the EB5 Pro Plus. According to the website, the EB5 Pro Plus does also support riders up to 264 pounds. So I've touched a little bit on the motor and specs in terms of speed. Let's go ahead and get into the battery and touch base a little bit on range. So the EB5 Pro Plus battery is located in this area of the bike, and it looks like this. As you see, I have the battery directly charging plugged into the charger, which is one of the ways that we can charge the EB5 battery. Another way is by plugging the charger directly into the bike, which is located under the frame of the bike shown right here. I have 3 batteries for my EB5 Pro Plus, and per battery I've been able to get about 21 miles, anywhere from about 15 to 25 miles in range per battery. It does depend on how I am utilizing the battery along the ride and the terrain. So those have been some of the results that I've been able to achieve on the EB5 Pro Plus. And we are also riding on 14-inch air-filled tires. And according to the Swagtron website, the EB5 has dual disc direct pull brakes, also known as V brakes. I will make more videos on how I go about changing out the brake pads and tightening the brakes, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and stick around for that. A quick spec overview: the EB5 does feature a foldable body with a removable battery that takes about 4 or 5 hours to go ahead and charge up each battery. It does feature a 250 watt motor riding on 14-inch air-filled tires with dual disc direct pull brakes, also known as V brakes, with a top speed of about 15 miles. It does also feature 3 ride modes, which is a throttle, pedal assist, and classic, and it also supports up to 264 pounds. So let's take a close-up look at the handlebars. On the right side we have the LED display, which indicates how much battery we have. We also have the power on and off button. On the left side we have a bell, and we have 2 brakes up top, as you see. Allow me to share with you all the evolution of some of the mods that I made to my EB5. So this right here is the EB5 in its stock form. It is a very nice looking bike right out the box. Here's the EB5 after I put some mirrors and a seat on there. Here's my EB5 after I blacked out the entire bike. Me personally, I like it better black. Here is the EB5 with some attachments. I also have a rear facing camera. And here is the EB5 with a little bit more attachments. And here is the EB5 with the final attachment, which is my cargo rack. At this point, I'm not sure if I'm going to add any more to it, but if I do, I will surely let you know. I'm also going to make reviews on all of the gear that I'm using, as well as make videos showing you all how I went about attaching everything. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for me. I'm going to list off some mods that I've done to my EB5. I've added a rear-facing camera. As you see, the screen is up top. I've also added a seat. I've added some mirrors. I've added an air pump. I have 2 saddles, one under the seat, one right there above the battery compartment. I've also added a cargo rack. It also has a blinker in the back. When I'm turning right and left, it actually does work. I've also added an electric sounding bell, and I also added an alarm to it as well, so that way if it's parked, someone touches it, it works as any other alarm would. And there's also a air pump on the back of the seat that's not in this video right here. And I'm trying to think, I believe that's just about everything that I have done. And again, I am going to make full in-depth videos on everything. Oh yes, there's also a phone mount, odometer, and a lock up top where the handlebars are. Here is a quick glimpse at my rear view camera. The alarm mechanism works like any other car alarm would. As you see, I put it way down there, so it's kind of hard to spot and figure out where the sound is going to be coming from. Here's a quick demonstration of the alarm. Let's get into folding up the EB5. I first start with making my pedals parallel to the bike, and I fold the pedals in. I then unclip the body, as you see me doing here, and then I unclip the handlebars and I fold them down like so. From there I grab the handle, as you see my left hand, and the bike like this, and I just simply fold it over. And as you see, now we have the bike folded up. And I grab the handle and typically a part of the frame that I'm comfortable with, and I pull the bike up and I store it in a vehicle like so. And as you can see, I'm able to put my EB5 away even with the bigger seat installed on there. I still have no problems at all. Now that we're a bit more acquainted with the Swagtron EB5 Pro Plus, what I would like to do is take you all on a virtual ride with me on the EB5, so that way we can get a better idea of how the EB5 actually performs. So with that being said, let's dive into that. So you can see and hear that the EB5 is a quiet and smooth ride. Now as you see right here, I am riding in the grass and it is a bit bumpy. The EB5 does not have suspension, so it is a bit bumpier than usual. It's not designed for off-road riding. However, I just wanted to demonstrate that it is capable of doing that, especially if you're mindful. And this clip right here, I'm climbing an incline right here, so I'm gonna go up a ways here, and it's all uphill. So I want to show you the sort of climbability that the EB5 does have. And to make it up this way right here, I am using the pedal assist where the EB5 is on and I am pedaling and I am throttling at the same time. So I'm using all of the resources to make it up this incline right here smoothly, effortlessly. I'm not exerting force, I'm not trying hard or anything like that. The EB5 is genuinely doing all the work for me, and I wanted to show you that in this video for those who are curious. I've had my EB5 for about a month plus now, and I've probably put about 100 miles or so, give or take, around that area on my EB5, and the complaints that I have personally are minimal. However, I did experience one, I would say, I guess, adversity with the bike itself, and I'm not sure if others have experienced this along the way. Allow me to explain what I experienced. If you take a listen in this clip right here, notice when I ride over a bump or a crack or something to this extent that kind of rattles the bike, you're going to notice that the bike is going to short out, and the throttle, I'm still throttling, but there's no power, no current being transmitted or conducted inside of the bike. So it's kind of like the bike dies momentarily until some sort of circuitry happens, and then it comes back to life. So you're going to notice that sound here in this clip. At first, I thought my bike was defective, but after taking a closer look and kind of examining some compartments within the bike and battery area, I found out where the problem was originating from. Allow me to show you. So after riding over bumps and cracks and crevices and rattling the bike a little bit, it turns out that this component right here within this battery area got loose. So the screws, the bolts that held it together on the inside actually came undone, fell off into the housing, and rolled out of the frame. I'm assuming over different bumps and crevices, and upon shaking the bike, these bolts must have gotten loose and kind of just fell off and rolled out of the bike frame and fell out through the bottom part. So I had to get some new bolts from my accessories, which is a bummer. But as you see right here, there is 2 new bolts on there. I did tighten them and fasten them, and my solution to prevent this from happening in case they do get loose again, what I went ahead and I did was I put hot glue on the tips of those screws right there. So that way when the bolts do come loose, or if they do, they're not going to fall off this time and I won't lose them, which means if I'm out there and they do come loose, I will be able to tighten them at a moment's notice with no issues. So if you are experiencing this on your end, I would recommend trying this out to see if it kind of resolves the issue on your end. Now, if you're worried that this may be a little too difficult, tedious, or out of your scope or capability, don't worry, because this is the first time that I've ever worked on anything electric, and it kind of went off without a hitch. I was able to do what I needed to do, put the machine back up, and it's running flawlessly now. Allow me to relay some of my final opinions on the Swagtron EB5 Pro Plus. So after having it for a month plus and putting about 100 miles plus on it, I can truly say that this is a great investment for anyone who's looking for a commuter bike. If you're looking for a bike just to ride around, or if you're looking for something to go to the groceries and back, or if you're looking for something just to have fun with, I would highly recommend checking out the EB5 Pro Plus. I personally love the EB5 because it's highly customizable. Not only that, we can go ahead and get multiple batteries to go ahead and do long distance biking. I have 3 batteries and I can get anywhere from about 40 to 75 miles depending on terrain and how I utilize the ride along the way. But from me to you, the EB5 does get a 2 thumbs up and a 5 stars without a doubt. I highly recommend checking out this bike. I will leave links for you in the description below so you can check it out on your end. Should you have any questions about anything that you saw or heard throughout this video, I'm going to encourage you, drop a comment down below and I will do my best to assist you in the best possible direction. I would appreciate your support if you would hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for me, as I will be bringing more videos like this for you all. I also have a TikTok under the same name. I would truly appreciate the support on there as well. Thank you for tuning in yet again. You have a great day.